Welcome to my new video. In this video, I am going to explain how you can work with work breakdown structure, how you can link tasks to build a schedule. Leads and lags are very important to assign to different activities for your project. Obviously, you may find different constraints to perform different activities in your project. So, how to assign any specific dates to your different activities in project, and how can you work with view task and task links as well. So let's talk about how you can set up work breakdown structure in project 2019. Do you remember? Work breakdown structure is a graphical representation of your project. You can see these numbers. These numbers are not your work breakdown structures number. These are numbers assigned to your different tasks in your project in a Gantt chart view. So to assign work breakdown structure and to generate work breakdown structure number, just simply click on task name column and right click and then insert column. And under insert column, you have so many columns you can add in your Gantt chart. So just type simply work breakdown structure, that is called WBS, and then press enter button. When you will enter button, you will see these number. By default, project 2019 generates these numbers for you, but you can customize these numbers as well. Like your first work package is general condition. Under general, beneath that you have 1.1 and 1.2, two work packages you are going to start. Under apply and permit, that is 1.3. Beneath that we have 1.3.1, 1.3.2, 1.3.3, 1.3.4. So you can change your numbers easily. So how to do that? Click on project tab, then click on work breakdown structure. When you will click on WBS, you see you have define code. So just click on define code. Another form will open. This is your work breakdown structure code definition. So my project name is, for instance, construction RC, residential construction. So this is my level number 1, general condition. I want to assign any specific name. For instance, go to sequence, this is your level number 1, and select characters. So RC becomes your first level. Then you can assign, for instance, uppercase to another level, that is RC-A. Then you can assign lowercase, and then you can assign numbers. So you have 4 levels basically in your project. Customize work breakdown structure, and it will appear like that. So you just click on OK button. When I will click on OK button, you will see here all labels will be changed automatically by the project 2019 by using these formats. So I'm going to click on OK button. So did you notice it has changed work breakdown structure codes for your convenience according to your requirements. So this is how you can work with work breakdown structure options in project 2019. So let's talk about another example, how to link tasks to build a schedule. Project tasks need to be performed in the right sequence for the schedule to work well. If you recall my lectures in planning process group, what you do, you first work on requirement documentation. and then you take your requirement documentation document and you work on project scope statement. Based on the project scope statement, we graphically explain our project in work breakdown structure. A work breakdown structure is a graphical representation of your project, and we take our work packages in WBS and we further decompose our work packages into activities level. We take our activities, and in the next phase, that is sequence activities, we correlate our activities, that which activity will start first and then what is the successor and predecessor of your activities, and then you sequence them. When you sequence them, you prepare network diagram. So I'm going to talk about in this video today that how to link tasks to build a schedule. You can link tasks in project 19 by different methods. Like in this example, you can see you have predecessor column in front of you. So project deliverable activity number is 1 and purchase and test activity is number 2. So you want to make purchase and test, for instance, or you want to make procure hardware activity successor of project deliverables. So how you will do that? You will just click on procure hardware row, and then under predecessor column simply type 1. What is 1? 1 is a row number of project deliverables. So just press enter. When I will press enter button, you will see in time scale my bar of procure hardware will be shifted on 11th of May. Fine. So I'm going to press enter button. Did you notice? It has been shifted on 11th of May 2020. So this is how you can link your task in project. You can do it by another way. You need to just click on the task tab. Under task tab you have properties, and you can see this detail button. When I will click on this detail button, you will notice that another form will link to this Gantt chart, and you can see resource name and predecessor. These two sections are available for your convenience. So I am going to assign predecessor to my test hardware activity. So how I will do it? I will just click on test hardware. I will come back to this form. I will click on predecessor name, and it contains list of activities. I will just simply select procure hardware, because procure hardware is a predecessor to test hardware activity. Obviously when you will procure something, then you can test your hardware. So procure hardware, and then you need to click on OK button. When you will click on OK button, this bar has been shifted here. This is another way to link your activities. For instance, you want to link your activity training and acceptance. So just select both, click on task tab, under scheduled group, click link button. When you will click link button, it will make a link between these two activities, and the relationship type is finish to start, and obviously it will make acceptance activity successor to training activity. Let's do it. Did you notice? It has made a link between training and acceptance. When I click acceptance, the relationship type is finish to start. So let's talk about leads and lags and different relationship types. You have learned that we have 4 types of relationships. Number 1 is finish to start. 90% of project activities contains relationship finish to start, but we have start to start, finish to finish, and start to finish relationship as well. So you can change relationship types as well. For instance, I say that procure software tools activity will start when project deliverable activity starts. So I am going to link my procure software tools with project deliverable by putting project deliverable number 1 into this column. But when I click on procure software tools, the project default type relationship type is finish to start, means when this activity will be finished, then this activity can start. But I don't want to change the relationship type. So to do that, I will just click on the type column and I will set relationship start to start. When the project deliverables activity will start, procure software tools activity will start as well. So it will come back to this area, that is 26th of April. Now I'm going to click on OK button. When I'll click on OK button, you will notice that ये जो आपका बार ग्राफ होगा, it will come back to 26th of April. So this is how this relationship does, that it indicates that project deliverables and procure software tools, both activities will start parallel on same date. So this is how we can make different relationship types, like start to finish, click on OK button, finish to finish, click on OK button. So you can make changes according to your project need. So I'm just going to make it finish to start, that is default relationship type. So let's talk about how to apply leads and lags. In this section you can see this column, lag. So under lag column we can set leads as well. So let's talk about that. Training activity will start right after the install activity is finished, and we will wait for 3 days, for instance. So I'm going to make relationship between install and training activities. I will click on training, I'll click on predecessor name, I'll select install activity, I'll click on OK button. When I'll click on OK button, the project will set type by default finish to start and with lag time 0 days. But I have said earlier that I want to give 3 days break. So just click here, select 3, enter 3 days and click OK button. When I'll click OK button, you see my activity is going to finish on 5th of May, but next activity will start on 11th of May because I have assigned 3 days lag period here. So what is lag? Lag is a waiting period between two different activities. And what is lead? Lead means that when, or a lead may be used to indicate that an activity can start before its predecessor activity is completed. For instance, you can start your training activities before install activity take place, because you will conduct training sessions in your conference room on your laptop. So how will I make lead to this activity? So you will go back to your lag column and just simply change it into -1 or -2 or -3. So in this example, my lead period is -3, means when this activity will take 8 days to complete. So right after 5 days, my training sessions will be started automatically. So when I'll click on OK button, you will see change. This bar will come here at this point. Did you notice? It has come back, and this activity will start on now 2nd of May 2020. So this is how we can assign leads and lags in our project activity. Now let's talk about specific dates constraints, because in your project you will get your resources from your functional departments, and functional departments or functional managers will give you constraints that this human resource is not available until 16th of May 2020. So when I will assign that task to that activity, that resource, obviously I will have to configure some constraints in project 2019. So sometimes tasks need to occur on specific date or follow other date restrictions. Date constraints are one way to specify when tasks start or finish with varying degree of flexibility. Every task, remember, in project comes with some type of date constraints. So you will have to manage your date constraints in your project. So to do that, I'm going to add constraint column into this table. So I'm going to click on duration, right click, insert column, and just type constraint. When you will type constraint, you have two type of constraint, date constraint and type constraint. So you just select type constraint. So when I'll select constraint type, it is by default as soon as possible. But what if you have some constraints to change as well? So what you will do, you will click here like test hardware. You can select information button under property section, and then you need to click on advanced tab, where you can assign different constraint types. You have different constraint types like start no earlier than, like I said earlier, that this my functional manager told you that this team member will not be available until 16th of May. So you just click on start no earlier than, and you will enter date. So that is 16th of May or 18th of May. You just click on OK button. When you will click on OK button, you will notice that this activity has a time constraint. So test hardware activity cannot be started until 18th of May 2020. So this is how we can change constraints of different activities. So you can do it either by clicking on the information button under properties tab of the task ribbon, or when you will click on the property tab, you have a property tab, under that you have details button. You just click on details button. So in this form you have constraint type as well. By default you can see different constraint types for all activities. So I can do it, I can change my constraint types directly here in this form as well. Now let's talk about how to view task and task links. After you link task, time scale can get so cluttered into it's hard to see which tasks are linked. Like in this example, you can see I have hundreds of activities to be performed in this project. So which activity has which in this, like in this time scale, you cannot find very easily. Like install second floor hall bath and private bath cabinet activity has how many predecessors and how many successors to this activity. So how you will find predecessors and successors in time scale view easily. So the project offers a few features that can make your schedule easier to see. We are looking at Gantt chart view. So this area is a Gantt chart and this is a time scale. Under time scale, you can view of time scale, you can change the view of time scale very easily. To do that, click on the view tab ribbon, and then under zoom section you have time scales. that is hours, quarter days, weeks, days, months and years. So you can set even in hours as well and days as well. So it will change automatically according to your data you feed in project software. You have timeline as well. You can enable your timeline by clicking on view tab and then click on timeline. By default it will be unchecked, so you can click on timeline. Timeline is very useful tool to give presentations to your project sponsors or higher management. For example, you have a summary task tab that is called general condition. Under general condition, this activity will complete, it has so many different activities and this work will be done in 21 days. Then you have different activities, summary tasks you can see here. So you can give presentations to your project manager or sponsors for summary tasks as well. As I have said earlier, in your when you will perform your project, in this project I have hundreds of activities to be completed for this project. You can see in this example. So for example, conduct roof and plumbing inspection. What are its predecessors? What are its successors? I cannot find in this time scale section. So how I can find very easily? You just click on format tab. Under task path, click driving predecessors. When I'll click this option, it will change the colors of all bars which are the predecessors to conduct roof and plumbing inspection. For instance, driving predecessor. When I click on this section, it has changed the color to orange for roof and plumbing, because this conduct in plumbing inspection activity has predecessor roof and plumbing. I want to find out what are its successors. So I will click this activity again. I will click task path and then I will click on successor tab. When I'll click on successor tab, it has changed the color of the successor to this activity as well. So this is how we can find very easily in this section how to find successors and predecessors of your activities out of 100 activities. So this is all about my today's video. I will explain resources in my next video. Stay tuned. Thank you so much.